Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. Winston Chester, glad you're here today. We appreciate the viewership. Let's take a look at that weather brought to us today by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew. Looking high today, 87, low 69. Water temperature right at 82 degrees at the end of the pier. It did drop a couple of degrees over the last 3 days. Our river read is brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, reading a 2.8, and the Choctaw Caribbean 1.2. Rode by over the Apalachicola on Saturday. It's in great shape. It's low, but it looks like there's going to be some good fishing on there all week, and we're just coming off that full moon, so plan on doing some stuff. Got a front coming through later on, so the fish going to be moving around, so go ahead and start planning your fishing trips. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good strong tides all week long. Our low tide this morning is at 11:10, and then it's coming in about 12:21. Right after midnight, it'll be high tide. So it's going to be really good for some flounder gigging tonight if you get a chance. Our wind direction will be east-northeast at about 9. That takes care of our quick weather. We'll come back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back, and welcome our special guest, Josh McMullen with the Florida Forest Service. He's been on before. Glad to have you back.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
We're talking about, I asked him about his job. He just says 3 words, I love it. And so you know when someone loves their job, it's a lot more enjoyable.
Yes, sir. I always got told if you find a job you like, you don't ever work.
Always, I'd like to tie in who your pawpaw is. Tell folks, viewers.
Greg Williams is my pawpaw, and David McMullen my granddaddy.
Yeah, good guys there. So they've taught you a lot over the years?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Okay, now, the Florida Forest Service, y'all been on before. Tell us what you do with Forest Service, basically.
So I'm a wildland firefighter for the Florida Forest Service, but we mainly stay in Florida, but we do have the opportunities to travel. So that's pretty fun too. I got back from Texas a couple weeks ago. Oh,
you did? You were out
sir.
there? Well, I bet that was an experience, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It was hot.
Okay, but you got so many other things going on, how the Forest Service helps people and doing different things, and also we're going to talk about right here, this picture right here. This is just cool. Tell us about this picture right here.
Yes, sir. That is from the fundraiser that we talked about last time we were here, the Operation Outdoor Freedom Fun Run at Point Washington. And I want to thank everybody that showed up for that, because that's the biggest it's ever been.
Wow.
I think they had like 62 or 63 people in it.
And they ran through the different areas up there? Was that what it was?
Yes, sir. Different trails. That's the biggest it ever been, and it was the best it ever been. So, getting us geared up again for next year.
Well, I'm glad y'all came on and talked about it. I know it was a lot of fun, and we certainly will look forward to having y'all do that again next year. But these guys y'all work with, they're something special, aren't they?
Yes, sir. The veterans that come for our program, they're either a Purple Heart recipient or they're 30% or more disabled.
Okay.
And depending on the event is dependent on the veteran, you know.
Yeah. I know they enjoy it too.
Oh yeah.
Now, the house up there, how's the house coming along?
The house is coming along good, and the creek is low. Pine Log's low right now, but it's prettied up. It's pretty clear. It'd be good fishing right now.
I love that report. Now, buddy, when do you think y'all will finish up with the house?
There's the house. They're staying in it now for the events.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But there's just little stuff here and there. Like I said last time, it was a fun project. It was a big project, but there's never a project done.
How long have y'all been working on it?
About a year and a half now.
So all of us that built a house, we've had people do it. This is all volunteer stuff. You have people coming out. Most of them are just people coming out volunteering doing it. So
it's a couple of or quite a few forest rangers doing it, and then volunteers from Tyndall that they'll come and help too.
How cool was that? Okay. We got a group of pictures. Lee sent them in. Lee's sleeping in this morning, I think. You reckon? Okay. But one of the things. Let me see. We'll get back to the pictures right here. Is this just another picture of it right here?
Yes, sir. That's another picture of the fun run.
They're all looking at the clock and seeing how we did.
Yes, sir.
That was good weather too, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what about right here?
So this is an offshore trip that we had, and we had 4 veterans go, and you can see they caught the lemon snapper and a couple triggers and some beeliners. But that was a good trip, and I do want to thank Southern Dawn Charters for that because
right here.
Yes, sir. Because
Southern Dawn Charters.
Yes, sir. They donated that trip for them veterans, and I want to thank Tails and Scales too because they cleaned the fish for them.
How about that? I know those folks. They're our neighbors up there. Those folks.
Yes, sir.
Sales and Scales.
Yeah, he lives right down the road from me.
Right down, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we neighbors. You don't know, we're neighbors up there in Southport. Okay. What about right here?
That's the deck can. He was showing them how to use the reels. And that deck can, he was pretty good at his job. I'll give him that.
You know, Josh, we've all been fishing all our lives and all. These deck hands are something else. They love what they do.
Yes, sir.
And they really get enjoy it. The folks that came on, where were they? Remember where they were from? Where they came from?
One of them come down from I want to say Largo.
Okay.
And another one come down from Okeechobee, and then one from Tallahassee and one from Niceville.
Oh, cool. So you had them all scattered all over?
Yes, sir.
I know they enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
I want 2 more pictures. Let's see. Oh, here it is right here.
And that was when they was pulling out that morning.
That was a good trip. Thank you, Southern Dawn Charters. Did y'all have some live bait?
Yes, sir.
Is that down in St. Andrew?
Yes, sir.
Yep, right there. Yeah. Okay, so now, did y'all went to some freshwater stuff here?
Yes, sir. This is from one of our last events. It was a kayaking event from down Pine Log Creek. It was about a 5-mile kayak trip, and we'd stop and fish along the way. We actually got to do them a little hook and cook there.
Hook and cook.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. So y'all caught some fish along the way?
Yes, sir.
And got brought back up to the house up there?
Yes, sir, and fried them up for dinner for them.
Yeah, I know they enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good sized brim?
Yes, sir. They was about hand size, just over hand size. But believe it or not, it was that chicken pen brim. But
chicken pen.
What we caught the most.
If you don't know what chicken pen is, we'll do another show on that, won't we? Let's take a quick break and be right back with Josh. Okay, welcome back. Having a great time this morning. Always having fun. We have good guests out there doing good things for our fellow man. And got some more pictures here, Josh. Let's go to this. This is absolutely beautiful. This is Florida right here.
Yes.
So this is a trip. Y'all just sort of floating down and fishing a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Y'all just sort of chilling.
Yes, sir. We tried to fish where we could, where the water wasn't too swift, and we'd stop and fish some deep holes on the way.
Well, what are y'all fishing with?
I was fishing with a secret lure. No, I was fishing with Snagler Sally. I ended up catching a couple bass on it.
Nobody had any crickets or worms?
Yes, sir. That's what we was brim fishing. It was crickets and worms and a white beetle spin.
Oh, man. Now, you told a secret right there.
Yeah, I did.
Look at here.
That's a pretty joker, ain't it?
That is. Goodness. Okay, I think show that one. Okay, so what we got here?
I think there's a fish in that picture somewhere.
Somewhere?
No. That was the first time he had ever baited a hook, is what he did, and he baited his hook. He was excited about it.
No kidding. So he was sitting on a bank fishing there?
Yes, sir.
All right. And
that's actually from a campsite there at Pine Log.
Okay, you're taking a picture from the campsite?
Yes, sir. That's when we was coming down getting ready to eat lunch.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so so you got to fry them up and get them cooked for everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now y'all got some other things coming up too. We got this. You mentioned it way back when y'all were on about a month ago about a fishing tournament. Let's see, this posted up right here. Got this coming up right here. First annual. So tell us about this.
This tournament is going to be out of White City. on October the 14th. And it's $200 a boat, $20 big fish. You can see it says it on there. 35 boat show up for the or the payouts based on 35 boats.
Okay.
So, but everybody asks how many boats I want. I just want 35, so I can pay out what I said.
There you go. And right here, the proceeds will help provide opportunities to disabled veterans for outdoor fishing and hunting events. There's Josh's phone number there, and like I say, 35 boats. So that's October 14th at 4 a.m. And what time is the weigh-in?
Weigh-in will be at 3.
3 o'clock.
And I'll be there at 3 o'clock to start signing people up.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir. I bet you there'll be people there waiting on
Isn't that
me.
crazy? Some of them stay up all night. You can be so
Yes, that just means they love it as much as I do.
So they'll, White City is just a cool location because you can go so many places.
That's why I like it. You can catch fish either way you go in that canal.
Exactly. You can go up or down, and you're gonna catch some fish. And you got plenty of room there for the weigh-in. You got a good docks now, and room. It's just a great place to have a weigh-in. So
that's the biggest thing is having the room for all the parking.
That's
really.
Right. That's right. So many of our boat ramps were built years ago, and we just didn't ever anticipate these big bass tournaments coming in. So we always have parking problems, but that has plenty of room. Okay, so that money would go toward like the projects y'all are doing. What have you got the schedule? Basically, what y'all doing next? You any hunt trips lined up? Or?
Yes, sir. So I have a hog hunt coming up November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That's a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They're gonna come stay there at the house and hog hunt. There's plenty of pigs for them to shoot too, buddy.
Oh, that's cool. And that's a win-win situation because get overrun with the hogs. Y'all, they tear it up, don't they?
Yes, you can't even hardly plant food plot because of them.
No kidding.
Yep. We tried to plant chufas for the turkeys. They was gone within 3 days.
No way.
Yep, which I know chufas and hogs, that's like candy to them.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's that little, it's their favorite food, but turkeys, it's their favorite food too.
Yeah, to me it's like a nut grass.
Like a little nut grass, right.
Yep. But I mean, it's just a pile of pigs to shoot.
Yeah. Now, when y'all hunt them, would these veterans what would they be able to shoot? What kind of guns and all that?
They normally bring their own.
Okay.
But if they don't have one, we provide one for them.
Okay.
But our events go further than hunting and fishing. We like to do it for the ones like, hunting and fishing ain't for everybody, So we try to give them a golfing trip and stuff like that, and just let them enjoy time. Normally when we do that, we'll just tell them to invite the family, bring the wife with them, and make a family vacation out of it, Yeah,
well, I mean, there's something great going on right here in the heart of the Panhandle, right here with Pine Log and the varsity service working out great. So many volunteers and all, but I just feel so strong about this and what they're doing. So I know you have that, we get back to the hog hunt. Now, y'all gonna cook one of the hogs, you think?
If they want to, we'll throw one on the smoker. It won't take just a minute.
I know, but you gotta shoot one of them little pigs now to cook. They cook it a little quicker,
Maybe a little tender.
Get your grandpas out to help you cook it.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. On the, okay, you got a hog hunt in November, and then later on you got maybe deer hunt later on?
Yes, sir. We'll have us a deer hunt and probably a turkey hunt.
Okay.
And tried the dove field. But the hogs ate the dove field. So.
I've heard something that's interesting. This past weekend, I talked to some people who are good dove hunters. I've talked to 3 different parties, and all 3 of them has had an off year right now with dove coming in. So I was wondering how y'all did. You didn't see very many birds?
No, sir. Ours was the hogs got rid of the
hogs
field.
got it.
So, but there is a field down there on Point Washington that people have been hunting.
Okay.
That I believe that they've been doing fairly well.
They did pretty good?
From what I understand.
Same by these farmers, it's all whatever the crop's doing. They're gonna land, if the crop just been harvested, all the dove's gonna be there, but next week they're gonna be over their other farm.
Yes,
so
sir.
the timing of that is critical.
You find you some fresh tilled peanuts, peanut field you work on.
Billy Grantham, you hear that, I don't even watching this, boy. He called me when you have a dove shoot up there. I drop everything I'm doing and head up that way. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. Okay, we're gonna get ready for take a final break, and we've got all kind of other things coming up. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with Josh McMullen, talking about doing this simple thing like good things for our fellow man. Before we get back to Josh, let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time this morning, 2:53 to 4:53, and after lunch, 3:21 to 5:21. So we're talking about different things to do. Personally, I know you love the outdoors yourself, so what do you got coming up? Don't you like to bow hunt?
I like to bow hunt. I like to hunt about any way I can.
Yeah.
So it's about to be pretty busy for me. I got a bow season coming in, then you got toughening season for the dogs, and then opening squirrel weekend.
See,
So
that's a big deal right there. Only squirrels. Do y'all eat your squirrels?
I do.
See, I love squirrels. Y'all need to call me when your mama gonna cook them, or who's gonna cook them up?
I'll cook 'em.
I love it. Okay, now we working for the Forestry Service. I know y'all have to move around. I know y'all been in all parts of the state. When we had a big fire over here and all kinds, you have to move around, be flexible. As
Yes,
far as
sir.
Going around on you. And we've had them in before over the years and talked about how we had this big fire a couple years ago where that trash fire got out of hand. How long ago was that?
That was last year. I believe.
It was last year, and it just swept all. I mean, it was unreal.
Yes, sir.
And I remember y'all tried to cut it off and had it cut off, and it would jump the lines. And
Yes, sir. They can be hard to contain at times. A lot of it depends on how dry we are and the fire weather for that day.
well, I pulled this up off the Florida Forestry Service website right here, and you need to get authorization for. And farmers know this, acreage burning, land, all this right here. You need authorization from Florida Forest Service, okay? That's pretty, okay? If it's larger, okay, they do not. You don't need, if the pile is less than 8 feet in diameter, okay, this is yard waste now. If you gotta do the setbacks, we'll go over those, but always check. Remember, you got to start it in the daytime and put it out daytime, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the big thing right there. And then connect with the Forestry Service. Here's the setback lines right here. This is 25 feet from forest, 50 feet from paved roads. And of course, you want to get away from your house.
Yeah.
And 150 feet from your occupied buildings. And right here, these tips, clearing an area. We talked about that. You've seen all this in your career so far. So what's the biggest challenge that y'all see, in your job? People, they just do it intention or don't know any better? Or
A lot of them do it on accident, to be honest,
Yeah.
and a lot of them get started from a pile that they were burning and they thought it was done, so they had left it and it would creep out and go. That's what we see a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But our biggest, to me, the thing that sets a lot of them, that a bunch of people don't think, is you change on your trailer. If we're dry enough and your chains is dragging on the highway, it's throwing embers, it's throwing sparks off on the shoulder of the road.
I did not know that until not too long ago that it was that big of a deal. But everybody I've talked to, like you said, it is a big deal.
Yeah, well, you got to think, by the time the fire department gets to the first 5, the next 5 sparks that had started a fire down the road is going.
I want to say that happened at Ocala National Forest a year or 2 ago. They started a big fire down there, and that's what they attributed it to, the chains on it. And when it's dry like that, I could see that happening.
I've seen little ones lit from Ebro to Freeport.
Really?
Yes, sir.
No kidding.
Yeah, all the way down Highway 20. We were running around crazy trying.
God. You wouldn't think that would be a big deal, but okay, when y'all call on, I know to put a fire out, you have to have a game plan. I've always wondered about your game plan, about how you're going to cut it off and everything.
Yes, sir.
And I know the big deal is the wind direction and the velocity of the wind.
Yes, sir.
That's what happened last year here. That wind was just blowing.
Yes, sir. A lot of it has to do with the wind direction and the fuels. So, like, Bertha was burning in the swamp because that's where a lot of the fuels were laid down.
Okay.
Because the hillside on around the swamps was pretty much clear cut or drug, so the fuel wasn't there as bad as it was in the swamp. That's why the swamps burnt so hot, because there was so much fuel from the hurricane.
That's what it was. Yeah, we were talking about that. So hopefully, a lot of that now is sort of decomposed and But there's still
Yes,
some
sir.
out there.
There's still some out
Is it?
there.
Do you see? I guess you see it firsthand. don't you?
Yes, sir. It's breaking up a little easier out there
Yeah.
as far as rotting, but other than that, I mean, the way we get our game plan together is when we get there, we talk to the fire department because they're normally first on scene, and then we'll go from there. You can pull up an aerial and see what fuels what it looks like around you. You know,
Yeah.
make sure it ain't going in a swamp and need another tractor because pulling them out ain't no fun.
I know, and no fire is the same. Every fire is different.
Every fire is different. You learn something new on every one.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we will appreciate what you do, and if check on those permits though. You want to get them. I'm gonna go back to the. We've got another minute or two left. I'm gonna go back to your little bass. Let's go back to our little bass tournament we've got coming up right here. Let's go over that one more time. That's Saturday, October 14th, Saturday week, and it's gonna be down in White City. And like I say, that's gonna be the proceeds are going for a very good cause.
Yes, sir. And like I said, the proceeds from that will help with the events as far as the hunting and fishing events. It'll help with the deer corn, food for the events, but it also helps with more events than just hunting and fishing. You know, it's a great program, and if you're a veteran and you're Purple Heart recipient or 30% disabled, my number was just put up there on the phone and my email. You're more than welcome to get up with me if you're interested about the program and wanting to
Good.
participate in it.
Josh McMullen, 850-605-6179, or there's an email address there. So, like I say, that'd be a lot of fun doing those things. And we've got to run out of time. As always, we appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
More important, though, we appreciate what you're doing for our veterans. And,
Yes, sir.
and I know you don't do it by yourself. You got a big team of
Yes, sir.
of
There's a
folks helping.
big team that helps with it, but we all enjoy doing it.
And tell Elise we missed her. I know she's sleeping in this morning.
I will. I'll
So,
be sure to tell her.
We missed her. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Folks, we appreciate you watching our show. We appreciate so many of y'all help doing things like this. It's all good. So do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.